What's happening, guys? This is House Cat MMA, and right now I'm going to be going over what happened at UFC 327. But before I get into all that, if you just take a second to like and subscribe, maybe do a bit of comment and sharing, that should be tight as fuck. So right now we got Charles Radke versus Francisco Prado. Radke took down Prado whenever he felt like it. Prado had some bright moments in there, but nothing too crazy. Radke cut Prado pretty good from the bottom whenever Prado was on top for a brief moment. But yeah, that was easy 30-27 for Radke. It was 30-26 on the judges' scorecards, I'm pretty sure, because Prado did poke Radke in the eye pretty bad. Now we got Kelvin Gastelum versus Vicente Luque. I thought this fight was a welterweight bout, because Vicente Luque usually fights at 185. Vicente Luque usually fights at 170, and Kelvin Gastelum kind of splits his time between 185 and 170. And I was watching the fight, and I was like, God damn, Gastelum's looking fatter than normal in there. Then I looked at the thing at the bottom of the screen. I was like, oh shit, this is a middleweight bout. You know, Gastelum had bright moments, but there was a point where Vicente Luque dropped Gastelum, then went for a Bravo choke and got it. And now we got Chris Padilla versus Markel Medeiros. Padilla impressed me with his striking a little bit. He reminded me of Khalil Roundtree in 2019. He went for some takedowns against Medeiros. He couldn't really. He got some shit going on the ground toward the end. But and Medeiros hit Padilla a good bit too. He kept on doing that number. He cut Padilla pretty good. But Padilla got the win though. And now we got Tatiana Suarez versus Lupe Godinez. Tatiana Suarez is my woman. She's my woman. And she got her done. Godinez dropped Suarez at the beginning, but Suarez went straight folk style wrestling on her, was able to flip it on her, and then going to the second round, Suarez got the takedown early and rear naked choked Lupe Godinez. Now we got Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. It appeared as though Holland was just a little faster than Brown, just a little bit faster. Outstriking him on the feet for the most part, getting some good calf kicks in there. He went for a Darce choke at one point in the fight, and it looked like he was going to finish it. But I feel like it looked worse than it was. I could kind of see the look on Brown's face. It was like, I'm in a tight spot, but this ain't too bad. I got to get out of it, but this ain't too bad. But Holland got the unanimous decision win. I was watching that fight at work, and one of the dudes I worked with was like, hey, we're not supposed to have our phones and people are in the lobby. And I was like, motherfucker. I know that. I fucking know that. I do. But what is it Jonah Hill said to Fogel on Superbad? This is bigger than you, Fogel. This is bigger than you. Leave me alone. But I gotta go on to get along. You know, I like them. You know, I like them fine. But and now we got Esteban Ribovic versus Matus Gamrot. Gamrot took down Ribovic whenever he felt like it. He was doing a good job at kind of staying just at Ribovic's range on the feet. And but as soon as Ribovic would kind of get close, Matus get the takedown, he'd always get it. He arm triangled Ribovic in the second round. Now we got Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico. That was a borderline clinical performance on Pico's part. You know, he was giving Pitbull a lot of angles. You know what I'm saying? Giving some angles, and you know, Pitbull kind of looked stuck in the mud in there. He looked stuck in the mud against Yair Rodriguez too. Pico was just more athletic, more fast, and I feel like he wanted it a little more. Now we got Cub Swanson versus Nate Landwehr. Cub Swanson went in there and beat the fucking brakes off of Landwehr, knocked him out sort of late into the first round. Retired after. So I got a little emotional watching that, you know, that montage they do for guys who had any kind of relevance when they retire. I got a little emotional. I remember watching Cub fight when I was in elementary school. I remember watching him get knocked out by Jose Aldo. And I was just a boy. I was about this tall. I was just a boy. was like, God damn, that motherfucker retired now? That's crazy. And now we got motherfucking Johnny Walker versus Dominic Reyes. Kind of a boring fight. They just kind of traded calf kicks all fight long. I think Walker got the first round, second, third, bit of a toss-up. But yeah, that's kind of anybody's fight, but in a bad way. Like, nobody really did anything. I would have given it to Walker because he's cooler, but, you know, those judges are dumb. Now we got Curtis Blades versus Josh Hokett. Josh Hokett is my new favorite fighter. Like, I never seen a man. I was worried after the first round because of how tired Hokett was. And I was like, oh, God, so what's probably going to happen here is they're going to start the second, and then it's going to be almost like Brock Lesnar versus Shane Carwin. He's going to take Hokett down. He's probably going to do some fucking shit where he finishes him. That didn't happen. He got tired, but the pace never slowed. That's why Hokett's pretty fucking cool. And now we got Osmont Mirzakhanov versus Paulo Costa. I like him at 205. He says he's probably not going to stay at 205, but I think he should stay at 205. How are you going to go up a weight class, then beat the number 6 guy? Like, I might continue my business in 185. 185 wasn't working. 185 wasn't working. It was, but it wasn't. Okay, but Mirzakhanov had some bright moments. Got a nice head and arm throw at one point. But at large, that was all Costa. And Costa got the knockout win in the third round. Now we got Yuri Prohaska versus Carlos Ulberg. I never seen some such shit like that. That was Prohaska's fight to win. I never seen a man have a man so hurt. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Ulberg got the knockout win, but Prohaska will be back. And if he fought Ulberg like right now, he'd win. Prohaska will end up champion at the light heavyweight division. But hell yeah, fuck yeah. This is House Cat MMA. Josh Hokett's the shit. And I'll catch y'all sons of bitches later.